Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I have 3 recipes to share with you, and these were so easy and so good. So, if you're planning on having family over for Christmas or maybe having a party and you're going to have finger foods and desserts and stuff like that, these are perfect additions. So we just ended up making these things for dinner because we're not having a party right now. But you could easily make these to serve on a platter where everyone could just grab and go and add to their plate. So these would be delicious on Christmas. And a couple of them you could actually use Christmas leftovers for, if you wanted to do that. So these can go 2 ways, and you can eat them as a meal, or you could eat them as finger food at a party. It's up to you. But I also wanted to mention that today's video is in collaboration with my friend Amanda. Her channel is Faith Food and Family. She is super sweet, and she makes tons of delicious food. So if you don't know her yet, make sure you go check her out after you watch this video. She's making some Christmas food too, and all of the food on her channel always looks so good, so I guarantee there's something good in there. So when you're done with this video, make sure to head over to her channel and let her know I sent you. And let's get into today's food. So for this first recipe, we're making a cranberry ham salad, and this was so good, trust me. We have half a pound of cubed ham that we're going to put in our food processor and chop it up. And then we're going to add in half a pound of diced ham to give it some more texture. Next, we're going to add in some pickles. We didn't have any relish, so we're just throwing some hamburger dill slices into the food processor, and we ended up with a few tablespoons of relish. Next, we're adding in some mayonnaise. We just kind of dollop this in here. It kind of depends on how creamy you want it, or less mayonnaise-y. Is that a word? Anyway, we probably used about half a cup. And then we're going to add in our spices, and I'll have all of this down in the description box for you. But we threw in a dash of cayenne, about a teaspoon each of garlic powder and onion powder, some paprika and salt and pepper, and then at the end we thought about it and threw in some seasoned salt. And we're also going to add about 1/3 of a can of cranberry sauce. So we served our ham salad as little sliders with this Hawaiian bread, but of course you could use crackers or veggies or however you want to serve it. Since we were having ours for dinner, we just had some chips with this and some veggies on the side. So if you're serving this at a party, of course you could have a veggie platter. These were so delicious. So that cranberry ham salad was super delicious, and like I mentioned before, you could totally make this out of all leftovers. If you have some leftover cranberry and ham and even the dinner rolls, you're good to go. And you can make something for lunch or dinner or a party or whatever you want to eat it for. It was super good, and we'll definitely make that again. For this next recipe, we're making some Chinese barbecue lettuce wraps, and we have a big pork roast. We're just going to use about half of this, so about 1.5 pounds, and we'll save the other half for another dinner. So Adam just cut this in half, and then he trimmed off a lot of the extra fat, and then he just sliced it into thin slices and cut those slices into strips. Once our meat was all cut up, we got started on the sauce, or the marinade, but it'll be the sauce too. You'll see. So we're going to mix together some soy sauce, hoisin sauce, and rice vinegar, and I'll also have the measurements for this recipe down in the description box. Next, we're going to add in some brown sugar, just a few drops of fish sauce, and some pepper. Then we're also going to add in some ginger, some garlic and onion powder, some 5-spice seasoning, about 1/3 cup of honey, and then we'll add in a couple of drops of red food coloring. Of course, I know some people avoid that because they're allergic or don't like it or whatever. So it's totally optional, but it just gives it that feeling of the barbecue pork you'll get at a Chinese restaurant. We also ended up adding in a drizzle of sesame oil, and then we made a cornstarch slurry with some chicken broth and added that in, so that later when we cook this up, it'll thicken up just a little bit. Now that this was all mixed up, we're going to add it into our pork in our super fancy container. And then we'll just put this in the fridge for a few hours until we're ready to cook it. So to make these lettuce wraps, we just have some butter lettuce that we're going to wash and dry off real quick. We're going to shred up some carrots. And then we have these bean threads that we're going to throw into some oil to fry. And we also have some green onions. So we just cooked up our pork in a skillet with some butter. This didn't take very long, just until the pork was done. You don't want to cook it too long because it'll get tough, but this turned out perfect. After we got our bean threads fried up, we just boiled the remainder of our marinade until it was safe to eat and thickened up a little bit so we could have some extra sauce to put on our lettuce wraps. These make such a pretty display, and it's fun to have like a little lettuce wrap bar where everyone can put together their own. They're fun to make, and you can add whatever you want. You can add other toppings too, but these are so good, and they're really addictive, so be careful because you'll end up eating like 10 of them. But we served ours with some pineapple, and it was perfect for dinner for us, but it's also perfect for a party. We've always loved making lettuce wraps like this. Adam's mom used to make them, but usually they were with chicken. I think we've done them with something else once before. But we've never done the Chinese barbecue, and these were amazing, especially with that pineapple on the side. I don't know what it was about that pineapple. It was some special extra sweet something. I lost the tag, so I don't remember. But that was the best pineapple I've ever had. Adam doesn't even like pineapple, and he ate it. Like, he loved it. So I'll have to figure out what that was. Maybe I can find it on like the H-E-B website or something, but that type of pineapple was amazing. And for the last recipe, we're making a cranberry no-bake cheesecake. This was amazing. I've never had cranberry and cheesecake before, but I don't know why we didn't because it was awesome. So we're just mixing together 2 blocks of softened cream cheese with 1 cup of sugar. Then we'll add in about a teaspoon of vanilla extract and just get this all blended up. We added half of our mixture into a pre-made graham cracker crust, and we had a little oopsie because apparently the crust got broken on the way home. So when we put the filling in, it cracked. But that's okay. It doesn't always have to be pretty for it to taste good. And I mean, it's cheesecake. I'm not complaining. Of course, instead of serving this as a whole cheesecake, you could also get the little like tart shells, or make your own graham cracker crust in a muffin pan and make little individual servings. Once we got our bottom layer in, we had about half a can of cranberry sauce left over, so we just stirred that up until it was more of like a jelly consistency, And we're going to add that onto our pie. Finally, we added on the rest of our cream cheese mixture, and we're going to put this in the fridge for a couple of hours. This was probably one of the best no-bake cheesecakes I've ever had. So we had a little oopsie with our cheesecake, and it didn't turn out as pretty as it usually does, but oh my goodness, this cheesecake easily beats cherry cheesecake or strawberry cheesecake or even chocolate cheesecake. Like, why have we never put cranberry on cheesecake before? It was amazing. So I'm definitely making one of those next year for Thanksgiving for sure, and probably some other time throughout the year because it was that good. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button. Also, don't forget to go check out Amanda's channel. I'm sure she's got something yummy in store, so go check her out. And if you haven't already, we would love for you to join our YouTube family. So hit that subscribe button down below and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. And we'll see you guys in the next one.